Beal boys, stay with us. Brad, at halftime, you talked about just the ball movement and not allowing them back into this game. They got it as close as 11, but you guys turned it back up offensively, mainly on defense, which is what you wanted to see.
First, praise my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. It was a team effort for sure. Second half, we turned the ball over way too much, allowed them to come out and be aggressive. We knew this is a team, they're known to come back from double-digit leads. We knew that going into half, and granted, they came back and made a run, but we did a good job sustaining it. Coach got into us a little bit, and we closed it out the right way.
We saw you and Nemhard get into it a little bit in the first half, and then you had that moment when you hit that three, said something to him on the bench, and you just talked to him. Talk about that rookie invent mentality, especially as opponents.
Nemhard actually went to Florida, so we kind of have a little relationship. I was mad at him because he transferred to Gonzaga, so he has a good relationship with Corey and all the Zags. But he's a good guy. He's a good rookie. He plays tremendously well. He's going to have an unbelievable career. You know, sometimes the vet just got to talk a little trash sometimes.
As a team defensively, I know turnovers were an issue for you tonight, but defensively, just talk about what you guys were able to do, especially at your rim protection. Another big game with multiple blocks as a unit.
Oh, man, we lean on those twin towers, you know, probably more than we probably should. You know, they're helping us guards out when we get beat. In rotations, they're always on the backside, cleaning up the glass, getting deflections, whatever it is, altering shots, you know, causing shot clock violations, whatever it is. The bigs are the anchor, you know, so we trust them. We need them in the game, but us guards, we got to be a lot better, help them out.
Quickly, who you got? Eagles or Chiefs?
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Oh, no. All right, we'll let Brad go with that one.
I mean, he's from St. Louis.
I mean, you can say, well, yeah,
you can't cheer for the Kansas City Chiefs. He's from St. Louis.
Wizards Postgame Live.
You've heard the adage, sharing is caring, right? Well, tonight, the Wizards took care of the ball and each other. Able to walk away with a 127-113 victory over the Pacers, and Bradley Beal leading away with 32 points, knocking 4 for 5 down from deep. Both of his free throws, oh, by the way, 6 assists, 4 boards, warranting the love from the fans, whether it's the Cherry Blossom or the Classic Edition. That's what it's all about. Shout out to 3, a.k.a. Panda Blue Magic, and our man, Real Deal Bill. Wes Hall here with Christy Winter-Scott on Postgame Live. Chris, Drew, and Megan will be joining us a little bit later. We got a jam-packed Postgame Live show just for you, just so you know. But, Christy, before we get into all that, I want your opinion. I know you were excited about the Wizards and closing out this homestand with a dub.
Well, we were talking about in the pregame show how important sharing the basketball would be tonight for Washington, and they did just that with 7 players in double-figure scoring. But the off-ball movement was where it was. We had to see that from them. They had to continue to fight in that second half. They've given up first-half deficits. Not tonight, though. So you live and you learn. And Washington learned how to carry out a game for 4 quarters when they have a huge lead at halftime. And human nature tells you, well, okay, we're up, and now we can kind of relax a little bit. There's no relaxing, right? They went out and finished the job that they set out to do, and they stayed on task on the defensive end first. And that's what it took to sustain their level of energy in that second half and come away with this huge win. I mean, they shot the leather off the ball in this game. They were shooting 70% early on in this contest and ended up shooting in the 60 percentile range. But they were knocking in those shots because of the ball movement and the off-ball movement, and that's so vitally important. The extra passes were being made. There was no selfish play whatsoever. Everyone was out there with the same purpose, and that was to win the game.
Christy, normally when I ask you questions, your first answer is defense. And I was surprised you didn't talk about the 7 blocks.
I said defense was where it was. They had to be on task on that side. But the 7 blocks, you know I love a good block.
I'm just saying.
Don't play with me now.
Gaff gave
Don't
you
play
4
with
of
me
them.
now. Gaff had 4, and he got busy down there. But that's what you have to do. And even the shots that Gaff didn't block or KP didn't block, they were disruptive.
Yes.
Okay? They pushed Indiana off the three-point line as well. They were a 46% three-point shooting team coming into this game, and they didn't get that tonight. Credit the defensive effort by Washington as a whole, but especially down in the paint with those 7 blocks.
And you know who else was feeling the mojo tonight? Probably because his family was in the building.
I mean,
Monte Morris was
yes,
showing out
he
for his
was.
mom. But check it out. Monte Morris caught up with Glenn Consor, actually, here at Cap One Arena. So let's check it out.
Monte, first of all, congratulations. The efficiency offensively of this team tonight was remarkable. You missed the franchise record by 1 percentage point, shooting 64% from the field. 8 players in double figures. You were the guy running the show. You were the quarterback. You were the Mahomes this game. And what was your approach?
We just wanted to come out and establish our pace, our identity. We knew when we shared the ball, anything's possible. We got plenty of guys that can score it, so we lock in on defense. The rest take care of itself, and we was out there having fun tonight.
You know, you think about how you guys scored tonight, going to the basket. You picked your spots beautifully, attacking the basket. But when you guys were sharing the basketball and moving it from side to side, the driving lanes open. Was that your goal?
Yeah, that was our goal. We know that there was a team that give up a lot of corner threes, so if we knew we could flatten out the defense and we shared the ball, it's contagious. And as you can see, we stepped up and made shots tonight.
There was a point in the second half when the Pacers went on a run. Seems like you guys took a couple of punches to the head, but you came back swinging as well. Just improving in so many different areas, mentally as well.
Yeah, I mean, we lost 2 games when we was up 20 points, so going into the locker room, that was the main focus, to just come out and learn from our mistakes, and I think we did that tonight. We kept our composure when they went on a run and showed our growth that we learning.
Another crazy efficient game for you, only 1 turnover. You've been really running the show beautifully. Go enjoy this one.
All right, appreciate it.
Give it up for Monte Morris.
As we bring in Chris and Drew, guys, first of all, good call on the night. Drew, my first question to you, not so much about the basketball side of it, but what he actually said, Monte said, we're having fun. Is that the difference maker for this team down the stretch?
Yeah, it's always fun until you lose a ball game, and then what do? Can you still continue to have fun? So I think this has just been a mindset for the Wizards, totally. It's been a mental approach to these games, and they have to be consistent in their thinking. Just because you win the first quarter doesn't mean you win the game. Just because you win the first half doesn't mean you win the game. It doesn't matter if you have a third quarter lead going into the fourth. You're not going to possibly win that game. And I think now they understand it. It took a couple hard lessons last week. I keep bringing those games up. But I think that was the determining factor on, you know, what type of team are you going to be? Do you really want to win these ball games after losing these large leads? And it starts with a mentality approach right now, mental approach for this team. But any team in this league is hard to beat when you shoot 65% from the field and shoot 47% from 3. I mean, the hardest thing, and we asked Russell Westbrook this, what's the hardest thing about getting a triple-double? And I thought it was the rebounding part. No, he said it's the assist, because it's up to the team, it's up to my teammates to make the shot. And tonight, you wouldn't have had 32 assists if they weren't making shots.